What is going on, everyone? It's Matt here with another early signing day video. We over here at campus2canton.com have got you covered with discussions on all of the top players where they are committing to. For those of you who don't know, Gavin Sawchuk is one of my guys, and I am lucky enough to get to talk to you guys about him in this video. He's a top-ranked running back to all of the sites, so let's start with 247.com. He is RB7 in the composite ranking. He is RB5 on C2C.com. He is also RB5, and on On3, he is RB14. He is currently my RB4 in my personal ranks. And his history through the ranking has really been interesting. Back in 2019, he had a 99 rating, and he was the 22nd ranked prospect in his class. And that has really kind of shifted going into 2021, where he dropped down into the 40s, and then so on into 2021, where he dropped to 67, and now he is sitting at the 73rd nationally ranked player on 247.com at a 97 rating. Still a very good running back. He's a guy that I really like. There's a lot to like about him. But he's fallen a little bit, and you can probably that's a little bit understandable with his stats over the past year. Had a really good COVID season. This year, those stats have gone away a little bit if you look at it. Altogether, though, he's rushed for 3,690 yards with 49 rushing touchdowns, 31 receptions on 312 yards with 3 touchdowns as well. This past season in 2020, 1,200 rushing yards. In 2019, 1,700, which again is why you can probably see the difference in where he was in 2019 moving up into 2020. They do not have his 2021 stats as of this time. He is from Littleton, Colorado. He attends Valor Christian High School, which is where Christian McCaffrey went to as well. He gets a lot of comps and talks about with Christian McCaffrey. He did go to that same school as well. For me, Gavin Sawchuk has had a very impressive high school career. As I just mentioned, he's racked up over 4,000 combined yards and 34 combined touchdowns. He's been clocked running a 6.78 indoor 60 as a sophomore and ran a 10.62 100-meter yard dash, as well as a 21.81 200 as a freshman. Speed is only one of the many attributes Sawchuk brings to the football field. He shows tremendous lower body strength, which plays well into his contact balance. He does an incredible job bouncing off defenders or keeping his legs moving when held up in a pile. He has great vision, and he's quick and decisive once that hole is open. He consistently hits the right hole for optimum yardage. Sawchuk uses his quick feet and burst to hit holes as they are open, as I mentioned earlier. He also showed an increased receiving production on tape this year. Sawchuk has worked in the offseason with Christian McCaffrey to improve his receiving ability. Speed may end up being his best calling card once Sawchuk hits the open field, though he is gone. Size will be a concern for Sawchuk, as you guys can see, just 185 pounds sitting at 5'11". If he can add some weight while not losing much of his speed, I think that would increase his draft stock some. He's also played behind an impressive offensive line in college. How much is that going to hurt his game at the next level? Honestly, that's to be determined. Right now, though, it looks like Kennedy Brooks is going to return to Oklahoma, as they still have Eric Gray there as well. Gray will likely not transfer out, as he'll have to sit for an entire season if he does so. Sawchuk, in my opinion, is the best RB entering the room at Oklahoma. Raleek Brown was coming there, but he seems to be more committed to Lincoln Riley, and he has now moved on and going to USC. So it's just Gavin Sawchuk coming in there, and I think he is the best running back currently that is going to be at Oklahoma. His ability to return kicks and punch should see him on the field early, though I do think it's highly unlikely that he is really a part of this backfield rotation, but could take over the backfield in 2023, at which point I think he's at least a top 32 option every single week for fantasy. Granted, we do need to see what Oklahoma's new offense is going to look like with Lincoln Riley now gone. Sawchuk, though, brings a lot to the running game. He's also a very good receiving back, and I think he's going to be a really intriguing fit here for Oklahoma with at least one more season in the Big 12, possibly two, before they move over to the SEC. And if he's able to do and produce in the Big 12 and then go into the SEC and produce against, the quote-unquote big boys, Sawchuk's ceiling is the roof, as they say, right? I think that he has clear day two draft capital attached to him right now, just based on what we're seeing out of high school. Obviously, that can change once he hits the college field, but I expect him to be one of the better backs in this class. I mentioned that his ranking has kind of changed from when he first came onto the field, and it's gone down a little bit. I think that's not necessarily on him as not improving as a prospect, but actually because of guys like Nicholas Singleton, Jadon Blue, and Branson Robinson raising their games to match Sawchuk now at this point in time. And that's probably why they have jumped him for most ranking services. And in all honesty, for us at Campus to Canton. But that doesn't mean that he is not a very good running back, because he is. He's a very, very talented running back. I do think that him working with Christian McCaffrey is a good thing. Quick feet, he's explosive, has a ton of speed, really good receiving back. And we are very split at him as well at CampusToCanton.com. I will fully admit I am the highest on him out of all of us. There's some of the guys that don't like him, but I'm almost positive all of us have him in our top 12. So he is a very good running back, and going to a place that he'll likely be the workhorse running back for that offense within a year. So Gavin Sawchuk is a guy that you're going to have to take, I would think, probably in the second round of your freshman startups and in freshman drafts or supplemental drafts. In startup leagues, he's going in between the 8 and 12 rounds right now in our mock draft. So make sure to grab him early if you want him, because he's going to go, and I really do think he's going to produce for you. Guys, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube page here. Hit the little bell icon so that you guys can be notified every time we drop a new video. If you're paying attention to the early signing day stuff, then you're going to see all of the videos we are dropping, all these guys signing. We're going to come to you guys, give you guys the Campus to Canton aspect of them, what we think of these players. We can't wait to do that. And on top of that, we're going to have freshman profiles dropping soon as the new year kicks over. We've got a ton of freshman profiles coming to your guys' way, so you guys can dive deeper into these players with us as we show you what we like about these guys before freshman drafts and supplemental drafts get here. So guys, continue to pay attention to early signing day. It's a great day for college football. It's an early Christmas present for us if you're a big fan of college football, and continue to watch those videos. We're going to have a ton more dropping as these players sign.